Welcome back, everyone. So good to be back here again. I've been a bit under the weather, and for the past 2 weeks, I have just been resting and having my wonderful daughter take care of me. Papa had to work. It's amazing what you find out from these teenagers when you're left alone with them, and she did an amazing work, and I think I owe her for my ability to be here again today to be able to share with you. So today I'll be sharing an experiment I carried out during this my time out with my daughter and her friends. I'm sure we're all familiar with the term no pain, no gain. We all hear it, especially for those of us that do exercises. We hear it, you have to experience pain. But today, I want to use it in a different term. I read something from Tony Robbins, and he said that everything we do in life is premised on two principles: the need to achieve pleasure or the desire to move away from pain. So everything we do in life is based, we can find it, we can attribute it to these two principles. At the same time, anything we're trying to transform in our lives can also be premised on these two principles: the need to achieve pleasure or the desire to move away from pain. So, if we're trying to make enough money, if we're trying to be wealthy, if we're trying to be successful, it's all tuned to getting pleasure. And we don't, the kind of pain we experience when we lose someone, or in a breakup, or you experience a failure in whatever it is, your business or whatever. Nobody likes to experience that. So the tendency for us to always want to move away from pain and tilt towards pleasure is there. Same thing for us when we're doing exercises. The need to look good, the need to be fit, the need to be healthy motivates us, and that's our pleasure point. But we have to also go through the pain of having to exercise to do those things that we need to strengthen ourselves to be able to get results. So recently I decided to try out this experiment on my friend, and so on my daughter and some of her friends. I have a friend, her daughter always hangs out in my house, stays over sometimes, and she shared a big concern with me. Recently, her daughter acquired a very bad habit, and this is a habit of fumbling her breasts. Anytime she's idle, maybe she's watching a movie or she's feeling sleepy and not really doing anything, she just puts her hand right into her breast and starts to fumble herself. Now, if you're my age, growing up, our parents would have beaten the living daylight out of us for that bad habit. But I don't think that works in today's world. I don't even think that gets us a permanent result. So my friend had resorted to a lot of things. She had tried dialogue. She had tried, to talk it over. She had tried to counsel her. All this to no avail. And what's the girl's reason? She just feels, I'm not touching someone else's breast. I'm touching my own. So what is the big deal about it? And because of that, she's not been motivated to stop. So after I read about this thing, I decided to try it out on her the next time she hangs out in my house. So this period that I was a bit under the weather, I had a bunch of them come over to hang out with my daughter. And children at this age, between the ages of 13 to 16, still very impressionable. They're just discovering themselves. They're just learning about their body. They're just discovering themselves. They want to know, am I curved here? I want hips here. I want breasts this size. They have so much fantasies about how they want to look. They are being admired by the opposite sex. So a lot of things are exciting them at this age. So on one of the days that they were in the house, I wanted to try out some from this thing that I read, if it would work on my friend's daughter. So luckily for me, as I got into the room, she was doing her own dress up and I caught her naked. And immediately I got very dramatic. I was like, oh my God, what is this? Why are your two breasts uneven? They are so uneven. Initially when I said it, she relaxed and was like, mama. They all call me mama, by the way. Say, mama, in school we learned that one breast is usually bigger than the other. I said, yes, that's true, but your own is too glaring. The disparity is a lot. No, this is not good. This is not nice at all. Do you know how you will look when you wear clothes and one breast is sticking out, one is going in? What is this? Are you on some form of medication? Are you touching your breast? She's unaware that her mom had shared that episode with me. So I just mentioned it and I said, do you by any means touch your breast? Immediately I said that, she just went quiet. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing to myself? Never, never again. I'm not touching my breast ever again. I just went on and on. And what was I trying to do? I was trying to introduce pain. I was trying to get her to associate fumbling her breast with pain. So I went on. I needed to get her to a threshold. So I went on and on, emphasizing about this disparity and how it's bad. I said, no, 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 no. See your other friends now, are their own, they're glaring. Your own is so glaring. This is not good. You're not going to look nice now when you dress up. How would you look? Before I knew it, she broke down. She started crying. Once I saw I had gotten her to that threshold, I decided to calm her down. And I was like, calm down. See, one thing that gives me joy is that you guys are still in your formative ages. Your bones are still forming. So we still have an opportunity to correct these things. It's not as if you are finished growing. So all we need to get you to do, you need to stop. You need to stop fondling your breast. At least your nerves will get the message that you have stopped, and they'll start evening up. You still have your years ahead of you. And look at the amount of time you've just grown within this past 2 months that you were home. So you'll be amazed that within the next 1 month it will correct, but you need to stop. You need to stop. This looks really bad. This looks really bad. It's a no. And she just went, she went on and on. Oh my God, I hope I won't need surgery to correct this thing. What have I done to myself? I said, no, I don't think we'll get to that level. That is if you stop. But if you don't, I don't know. Except you want to have surgery. This just doesn't look good. For the rest of the period she stayed in my house, I want to tell you, she did not touch her breast. And I waited this length of time to share this because I wanted to know if by the time she went back home, she returned to her old habit because she was no longer in my house. But her mother called me and was like, what did you do? I said, I did nothing. All I did was initiate pain, introduce pain, make her associate pain with fumbling her breast. It's something she doesn't want to experience. These children at this age, they want to look good. They want to be admired. So I catched in on that and told her there is no way she will look good if her breasts are uneven. And that broke the jinx. Her mom said she has not been touching her breast. She just doesn't do it. And that worked for us. So I believe even for us as adults, it works. Maybe it will work better if somebody else introduces the pain for us or introduces the pleasure. But anytime we're trying to get a definite result, we're aiming for something good. Once we associate pleasure with it, the tendency for us to be motivated to get that thing is higher. Even the Bible makes it clear. It says Jesus, for the joy that was set before him, he despised the shame of the cross. That joy was his motivation to go through the cross. So for us in our daily lives, anytime we want to achieve something, we have to associate enough pleasure to motivate us to work hard towards getting that thing. For my son, all you need to do is to get on his dream list and promise him one of the items there, and he will do anything to get that thing that you promised. And we found out over the years that in his journey towards getting that thing, a lot of transformation happens. He discovers a lot of things about himself, that by the time he gets to getting that thing, he really learns to appreciate it. Likewise, if we need to move away from a bad habit, all we need to do is to create enough pain around that thing that just the mere thought of that thing makes us cringe and makes us want to move away from it. And for my friend's daughter, it works. And I'm sure for each and every one of us, depending on what the amount of pain we want to have or the amount of pleasure we want to create, I believe this will also work for us. So as we go into our new week, let this be our motivation. Let's create enough fun, enough pleasure, enough joy, and that thing we're set to get, so that we have enough motivation to work towards it. Or create enough pain to that thing that we do not want, so that we are motivated to move away from it. I hope this helps someone. I hope this helps us to keep making a change in our lives. Till my next video, to have a nice day.